The Netherlands now has the riskiest housing market in the developed world. In fact, there are many signs in the market now that might make you think if it is finally the time for the housing bubble to pop. The housing shortage has recently improved. There is more and more supply of new construction houses in the market, and there are worries about rising interest rates with the rising inflation. It is high time to answer the question, is the housing market going to crash? And that's exactly what we are going to do in this video. I'm also going to tell you, if I were a home buyer in this current market, would I wait to buy a house given these recent developments in the market? Hi everyone, I am Ajinkya Patil, and on this channel I make videos about buying a house and personal finance in the Netherlands. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe. Alright, now back to the topic of, is the housing market going to crash? With skyrocketing house prices reaching all-time highs, increasing double-digit a year, it is natural to wonder if and when the housing market is going to crash. In fact, the number of Google searches for the term "when will the housing market crash" went up by 2,450% recently. While people keep searching online for a market crash, the housing prices are rising so fast that at some point people will simply not be able to afford a home, and that might bring the housing market crashing down. In fact, there are some new signs in the market that might suggest that the housing bubble is going to pop. Here are some of those signs. Firstly, the housing shortage has recently improved, and you might find it difficult to believe because I keep talking about a huge housing shortage on this channel, but the coronavirus pandemic has finally managed to infect the housing market. The housing shortage has now reduced. Well, not just reduced, it dropped spectacularly by a whopping 16%. With close to 18,000 deaths from the coronavirus and with hardly any new immigration from foreign countries, the coronavirus pandemic has finally managed to show its magic on the housing market. There is now less demand for houses. Given that the housing shortage has been one of the primary drivers behind the high house prices, could it finally be the time for the prices to crash? The second sign is that the number of new construction houses sold and the number of permits given to build new houses is increasing very fast. So not only do we have a reduced demand from the coronavirus pandemic, but also the supply is increasing fast, and so fast that it has broken the record since 2006 in terms of number of new construction houses sold, and mainly a record-breaking annual growth of 67% in new construction apartments. At the same time, the number of construction permits to build new houses is also growing for last 1.5 years, as local governments around the country are doing their share to meet the current housing shortage. The third sign, rising interest rates. Apart from the housing shortage, the other primary driver that has been driving the high house prices is the historically low mortgage interest rate. However, as economies recover from the pandemic, the fears of inflation have been growing, and the inflation indeed might be rising fast, surpassing our expectations. And what else is growing with inflation? The fears that the mortgage interest rates might rise, bringing down house prices. The next sign pointing towards a market crash might be the declining consumer confidence in the housing market. From May to June this year, we see a downward trend. That's because as the house prices keep rising, at some point people might just want to give up on the overbidding wars and put the process of buying a house on hold. And finally, there are some alternative measures to tackle the housing shortage. For example, the national and local governments trying to make it more and more difficult for investors to buy houses. Firstly, by increasing the property transfer tax to 8% for investors, and now some cities considering banning investors altogether from new construction houses. Now there are also suggestions to facilitate house sharing. All these measures or ideas are alternative ways to reduce the housing shortage. Each of them might only have a small impact on the housing market, but altogether and in combination with the other signs we discussed, it could very well lead to declining house prices. However, before we go that far to say the housing bubble is going to pop, we should also consider other factors that are rather suggesting that the housing prices may continue to go up for quite some time. Firstly, the housing shortage is still very high, although the demand decreased in the coronavirus pandemic and there is more supply coming to the market with new construction houses. The shortage of housing is simply too big at 280,000. The ideal shortage so that we don't have skyrocketing house prices but also not a market crash is about 2%. With 8 million houses in the Netherlands, that ideal shortage would be about 160,000 houses, much lower than the current shortage in the market. While the demand for houses dipped a little bit during the coronavirus pandemic, the supply of houses remains historically low. That too while the population and the number of households keep growing. As a result, the housing shortage is expected to grow in the coming years, reaching its peak around 2024 as per government reports. The housing shortage will reach its desired level of 2% only around 2035. In other words, the house prices may very well continue to rise and there may not be a crash anytime soon. Moving on to interest rates. Firstly, although there are worries about rising inflation, the inflation in the past few months in the Eurozone and in the Netherlands has been much lower than the United States. While the inflation rose to 5.4% in the United States, it remained around 2% in the Eurozone and it was only 1.4% in the Netherlands in July. Secondly, the European Central Bank maintains that it's going to keep its interest rates low and it considers the current rise in inflation to be temporary. In simple words, in the coming time, the interest rates are going to remain low, driving the house prices higher. Thirdly, the shortage of building materials is shooting the construction costs through the roof. Suppliers of all building materials such as wood, metals, plastic and cement have been raising their prices fast in the past few months. That is because of lockdowns during the pandemic that disturbed transportation and supply chains. Adding to that, the competition for steel from the automobile industry with rising demand for cars. The shortage of building materials is leading to double-digit growth in their prices. Construction companies of course feel the pressure on their margin due to increased cost of materials. Although they may not be able to change their prices of already signed contracts, they will transfer these high costs to consumers by raising house prices in their next construction projects. Again, in simple words, we expect even higher house prices in the near future. And of course, the most severe effect will be seen in the Netherlands, where we have such a huge housing shortage. And finally, about the consumer confidence. Although the consumer confidence in the housing market has dipped a little bit in the last few months, it remains well above the level it was during and before the 2007 and 8 crisis. Alright, in summary, although there are some new signs in the market that might suggest that the housing bubble is going to pop, there are also some strong indicators suggesting that the house prices may only increase further as long as there is shortage of housing, building materials, low interest rates, and people can afford big mortgages. So if I were a home buyer in this market, I would not consider it smart to wait for the housing prices to crash or even to cool down for that matter. What do you think? Do you think the housing market is going to crash? Let me know in the comments below. The truth remains, of course, that none of us can predict the future. There might be an external trigger that we cannot think of that brings the housing market crashing down. So the wise thing to do is not trying to time the market, neither by buying now short term with the hope that the house prices will increase in the future, nor by waiting for a housing market to crash before buying a house. Instead, I would buy a house for a long term. I would focus my efforts on finding a fair deal so that I don't get caught up in the overbidding war, paying too much for a house that I won't be able to live in for a long term. And finally, I would focus on getting a good mortgage deal. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe and check out some of my other videos.